Okay, we'll call the August 10th, 2026 regular meeting of Peters Township Council to order. Mr. Lauer, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Waldinger.
Here.
Mr. Steigel.
Here.
Mr.
Here.
Curry. Mr. Kozer.
Here.
Ms. Shanafeld.
Here.
Mr. Lewis.
Here.
Mr. Minsay.
Here. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the July 27, 2026
So
meeting.
moved. Second.
Motion to second. All in favor, say aye.
Correction on the minutes?
Yes, Mr. Don.
It's Patterson Road, not Peterson Road.
Thank you, sir.
With that change, that's
All in-
my motion.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. 7-0, Mr. Lauer. Any special reports, Mr. Lauer?
No.
Audience comments. This is the section of the meeting where anyone can speak for up to 5 minutes on a non-agenda item. Is there anyone who wishes to speak?
You probably have my address memorized by now, huh?
But the secretary does not, so you need to write it down.
You know what it is. You can read it. I made a public comment to Peters Township Council on September 27th, 2021 with the following. In 2019, Greg Winks from Soulbridge Energy Advisors and I did a presentation to the Peters Township Environmental Quality Board on the future use of solar energy by Peters Township. The EQB was quite favorably impressed and sent council their recommendations dated January 14th, 2020. It said, in part, the Environmental Quality Board at a recent meeting discussed the use of solar PV energy as a means to increase the sustainability efforts in the township. Electricity from solar PV is clean, renewable, and carbon negative. Offsetting electricity purchased from the grid with solar PV can save the township money while supporting goals aimed at adopting sustainable practices. This is still their quote, or their letter to council. Undertaking a feasibility study would provide the council with a guide for the sustainable implementation of renewable energy technology. We encourage council to review the information and take it into consideration while deciding the future of energy use in the township. And that was signed by Amanda Cribbs. I think she's still the chair of the board. So what action has Peters Township Council taken in the 6.5 years since the EQB's recommendation to you, if any? Frank,
I don't believe we've taken any, sir.
what are your reasons?
My reasons personally?
No,
I mean-
as a councilman, I mean, why isn't the township, electricity keeps going up? So, I mean, I don't see any good reasons not to. So anyway, I would suggest the township use some of the funds from the gas drilling impact fees. I think you got $300 and some thousand for last year, right?
Something like that.
315, I think it was. Why don't you use some of that to do the feasibility study and then follow up later by installing our township's very first solar array? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Donner. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay, seeing no one, we'll move into unfinished business, of which there is none. We'll get into new business, resolution amending the bylaws of the Peters Township Library Board.
So at the last meeting, council approved a motion requiring all township board members to be physically present for board meetings. In the case of the Peters Township Library, their bylaws permitted virtual participation. So to have the effect of restricting it to in-person attendance, you have to amend their bylaws, and you do that by resolution. So it's my recommendation that council approve resolution 080126, amending the bylaws.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. 7-0, Mr. Lauer. Next item, resolution authorizing the destruction of records in accordance with the Pennsylvania Municipal Records Manual as issued by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission.
So normally we do this once a year, but we're in the process of attempting to create some space in the business office. There are records that we have that are obsolete, and they principally deal with borrowings and bond issues all of which have been paid off at this point. We've checked with the municipal records manual, and then we verified that with our bond counsel, and those records can be destroyed. So it's my recommendation the council approve resolution 080226 authorizing the destruction of those records.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. 7-0, Mr. Lauer. Payroll and bills. Ms. Schoenfeld, have you reviewed the payroll and bills?
I have, and they are all in good condition.
You move for their approval?
I do.
I second. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. 7-0, Mr. Lauer. Any correspondence we need to discuss?
None.
Anybody want to discuss any of the various minutes? Nope. Miscellaneous, green light go grant.
I'll turn it over to Mr. Tovet.
Thank you, Mr. Lauer. Just to keep council appraised, last week we were notified that we were successful in receiving a little over $400,000 in Green Light Go grant funding for the Crosswinds intersection on Route 19. We're the only applicant to receive funding in Washington County, one of the largest in the state. We're 2 for 2 now in the second year. Last year we received just shy of $1 million for intersection improvements, traffic signal replacement at Water Dam, Moccasin, and Circle Drive. Paired with our Arley grant for the intersection at Gallery Drive, we are down to, I believe, Mark, 2 intersections? One intersection along Route 19 that still needs to be updated and replaced. So we're appreciative of council support with these grant applications, and next time one opens up, we will apply again to hopefully get those all taken care of.
Thank you, Kyle.
Great job, Kyle. Thank you.
Okay, upcoming meetings, we have a workshop on the 17th.
It works up on the 17th at 7 p.m. The other thing that I wanted to bring to your attention, the public hearing on the changes for the zoning ordinance as it relates to separation of agricultural uses and residential developments. And we have sent out letters, though, as best we could identify any parcel over 10 acres, and anybody who joins a 10-acre or greater parcel that has the possibility of subdividing. So those letters are out there in those notifications. The one thing that I would want to bring to your attention, I got a call from Mr. Roust last week. As you will recall, we have the Greer subdivision that is down off of Turkey Foot Road. What you see behind that circle is all land that is currently farmed by Trax. When the smaller lot is the one that Mr. Greer is purchasing, when as under the ordinance as it stands right now, he would be required to put buffers on 3 of those sides. He's priced that out. He's asked for a substantial reduction in the sale price if in fact he has to put those buffers in. And if the ordinance gets passed, I think there's a remedy, but if the ordinance doesn't get passed, I believe Mr. Roust and his brother's solution is going to be to void the lease with Trax, and we're going to have a situation that that nobody wants. Trax wants to be able to farm that. The Roust brothers want them to be able to farm. I think Mr. Greer wants them to be able to farm, and certainly, you know, the township values Trax as somebody who's farmed in Peters Township for a really long period of time. But if the ordinance stands the way it does right now, that may become void, and I don't know any way around it. The one question that everybody, I think, needs to be thinking about is the ordinance as it stands right now talks about land that adjoins the farm. And what does that mean? You know, if the property owner creates a separation by lease that is sufficient, are you no longer at that point adjoining a farm? And I don't have the answer to that. It's a question I posed to Mr. Smith, and I think we all need to think about when we give consideration for that ordinance that's coming up. The other thing along those same lines, we have 2 plans that are coming in. We were notified today that this subdivision on the Gerhold property that we talked about before, is coming in tomorrow. I don't know whether it looks exactly like this or not. We won't know till tomorrow. But again, you may have a situation where depending on what is required of Mr. Taylor for the houses that back onto the lower end of this property, if in fact we insist that under the current ordinance that there be a buffer, I would suspect that Mr. Taylor is going to tell you that he would prefer not to have that lower section farmed in the future. So so both of these, and it's that section right there that could remain as a farm. The other thing that's interesting, I'm talking to Mr. Simmons about this, if by some chance he loses that section to farming, the section to the far left would be lost as well, because he can't get over to irrigate that unless he has control of that property. So I suggested to Mr. Roust and that he attend the public hearing on the 31st along with Mr. Trax to be able to express any concerns they might have. We have a joint meeting coming up with the school board. If anybody has any topics that you would like to include on that agenda, if you can get a hold of me. It is the day after Labor Day, September 8th at 7 p.m. and it's going to be at this location.
I will be out of town again. This is like the third I've missed. The third, like,
Time that
school-
we've
school, yeah.
Yeah. Other things, Mark, could you update council on where we're at or
I
on
can.
Route 19?
So Columbia Gas reached out to us just to let us know that they're winding down with their construction on Route 19. They have some miscellaneous ditch line repairs still to do. So I took it upon myself to call PennDOT's contractor today, just wondering like how quickly are they going to follow up with the mill and pave up to the upper St. Clair line. And from what I'm hearing from them, they took on quite a bit of additional work. I guess there was a big unknown as to when Columbia was going to finish this job, so they bid a couple other jobs, and I guess they got them all. So they're thinking at this point that they may not get to it until October. I emailed PennDOT's construction team today just to kind of get their take on what they think the schedule is. I haven't heard back yet, so we'll hear from their side. But I just wanted council to know that it could be a while until the remainder of Route 19 is milled and paved.
Do you want to explain what's happening with the water company?
Yes. Well, no, but yes. But yes, it's a lot of work on 19. So as you may recall, the water company from like Old Water Dam Road up to the crossroads, they replaced the water lines. They started back in May. They're done with all the pipe work. This week they're starting ditch line repairs, like base repairs to the asphalt. And under Route 19 is a concrete base too, so they have to replace that. They have to dow into the existing base and replace that. It's pretty involved, and they're going to have a tough time getting material. They're required to work at night, but they're going to start at night, but they're not going to finish until like mid-morning because it's such a small volume of concrete and asphalt that the plants aren't going to stay open overnight. So they're going to have to get their materials at like 4 in the morning, put them in, and it's probably going to take till 9 or 10 until they're off the road. So there'll be lane restrictions on 19 North for like the next 2-3 weeks probably until they get that work done.
Okay.
School
And-
starts
and-
soon too.
And one last thing, we have a meeting tomorrow with Mr. Gillespie and the design team for a plan for the Miller property, and once we get that in, we'll share it with council and let you know what's happening with that. So,
Okay, very good. Anything anybody wants to see on the next agenda? We have an executive session?
nope.
Okay, we are adjourned.